Hi, welcome back. I hope you learned one or two things from the illustration of the WBS. You find that it's something you can actually use in your business, in your profession, in your situation. And of course, feel free, make use of it. Now, back to our project and back to our plan. You have it in mind when you talk about planning. Planning is a process that allows for revision and re-revision, if there's such a word, and you can actually go over the work again and again and again. Now think of planning as if you were, of course, doing an assignment, doing a term paper. A term paper, you don't just finish writing then you say I've finished. You go over it again, make sure you have dotted all your I's and crossed all your T's. You make sure that you have the appropriate sentences. You convey the right idea of what you're trying to convey. That's what you do with the term paper. That's what you do with a project plan. It's such a document that requires you to go over again and again, checking and cross-checking, checking and cross-checking. Have you overestimated? Have you underestimated? So on and so forth. The same thing goes for the WBS. You have to cross-check over and over again to check if there's an item that you have added one item too much, or you have added not enough items to your WBS. Same thing goes for the risk item and also for the scope item as well. Now, well, once the scope item is signed, that's it anyhow. So that's at least for the interim. But you get the point I'm making. At the end of the day, your WBS, has to breathe some realism into the project. It has to be realistic. It should give you a picture of what needs to be done in order to accomplish the project. It should be realistic. It shouldn't be too tight, but it shouldn't be too loose. It shouldn't be such that it is padded with activities that are not necessary. Without those activities, you can accomplish the project. So why should those activities be there? You take them out. That way, you waste less time, and of course, you are on cost. Now, it depends on how you handle things. One project can take a short time. The same project can take a longer time. It depends on how you arrange the WBS. So by the time you are finished your work breakdown structure, you have an idea of how long it will take. Now that brings us to another item, schedule. Scheduling actually begins after the WBS is complete. You have the activities. Now scheduling is the item. Scheduling is about making sure that the activity that should begin, one activity begins before the other, or is done together with the other, or perhaps there's a gap between two activities, and so on and so forth. For instance, the picking up of grass cannot happen before the mowing of the lawn. The mowing of the lawn has to happen first before the picking up, the raking of the grasses and hauling the grasses off to the dump yard. One activity by its nature has to happen before the other takes over.